I forgot to put the 5-second timer, so oops. Okay, give me a second. You know, there's always hair tossing. Hi felicities, thanks for tuning back into my channel. This is Chan Victor and you are tuned into the channel with no name. I am back doing another video. OMG, what am I, a YouTuber now? I actually do videos at least once a week, apparently. I don't want to make any promises, but it's happening, and as stuff's happening, that's all I can commit to. And let me just fix, yeah, hair's cute now. So today, we are back, and OMG, I'm gonna get so much hate, and that's my favorite. I live for reading the comments on like videos of anything or articles, and like, I'm a masochist or something. I love reading all the folks that just have a lot to say. But today, I'm going to be talking about my Birkin 35 dupe. And if y'all know, I showed this bag a couple of episodes ago, where I showed all my like, oh my gosh, my inspired bags that I have, and I have quite a few, and I don't really care, but basically, I'm trying to style on a budget, and I'm not trying to spend 10 grand on a freaking bag, and you can throw shade at me, but the way I treat this bag, I would not spend 10 grand on it. Like, the bag is cool, Birkins are cool, yeah, Hermes and all that, but I'll talk a little bit more about it. But really quick, let me introduce what bag this is. Obviously, like, it's inspired from a Birkin, but I picked it up on Amazon literally a little bit over a year ago. And I got this for $125. And this is by the brand Anyfeel. Obviously, they just copied and traced it, and they came out with a Birkin style bag. This is the size 35, and it's in the color brown with gold hardware. It originally came with like the Anyfeel logo, as you can see, but I got some acetone and it went poof, 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 and it was gone. When I picked up this bag, I knew that I was actually eventually gonna have my sister tag it up with her calligraphy. I will link her Instagram below, but I've mentioned it before, her Instagram is V, as in victory, mad lettering, and she does like really dope calligraphy. She's actually done it for my friends, like some designs, as well as for one of my really good friends' wedding recently. And I got inspired with the "You Fake Like This" bag concept from Sonique Saturday. I'll also link her Instagram below, but she has Birkin style bags, and then she writes like, "You fake like this Birkin," but she also has different style bags, and then she put like, "You fake like this Chanel," "You fake like XYZ," or fake. And I'm not trying to, you know, like steal her style. I just was like, that's cool, and I knew I didn't want Birkin, I just wanted bags, since I would put that on everything. I wanted a uniform thing that they could put on all my bags that are inspired. Maybe I'll pick up like a Chanel style bag one of these days and tag it up and put "You Fake Like This" bag too, and been like, whatever. But really quick, I know that like dupes and replicas and inspired bags, there's so much conversations about it, but honestly at the end of the day, I think I had mentioned this in the previous video, is you do what you want with your money. And there's all these critiques, and people have like, you know, voice their opinions, and I'm gonna say opinions because they'll critique one aspect of how brands like Anyfeel and many others, like whether it's smaller warehouses or whatever, copy and paste like these high-end luxury goods, but they don't ever critique really that everybody copies and pastes from each other. As a friend, as folks, as my elders would say, nothing is new under the sun. Everything has happened and been done before, and so when people are thinking they're being unique, they're not. The 90s are making a comeback, you know, who knows, maybe the 60s are gonna make a comeback, then the 50s, and then maybe the 20s. For POC folks making a comeback in certain eras, well, you know, racism existed back then, and it still exists now, so I'm not trying to go too far back. Ooh, this channel's gonna get political, and I'm gonna get I'm really trying to get people to click on the down like button. That's the dream. Like, haters gonna hate. But yeah, so what I'm saying is, you do what you want with your money, enjoy your bags, and if you happen to get an inspired bag, that's fine. And for me, the way I get around it is, well, I know what it is, so I'm gonna tell people it's not real. You're fake like this bag, you're fake. And so I think that's what's fun about it. You know, I saw a lot of celebrities getting the real Birkins and tagging it up, like the Monopoly thing that some of the Kardashians did, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I kind of want to do that to a bag, but I don't know if I could do that to a bag I spent X amount of hundreds to thousands of dollars. So when I had seen this on Instagram and found it on Amazon, I was like, well, I'm gonna do that with this. And what's really great is it does obviously like look basically like the Birkin to the T, and it's probably one of the better copied and pasted. It even has the back pocket, the front pocket, there's the back, there's the feet, and what I love is that it actually has smushed stuff. Look at that. Like, I really enjoy that it's gotten all smushy. Let me just show you. Like, I literally, it's a clutch now. It's a clutch. Hey, maybe I should do that as a clutch. And I think that's what's fun, right? Like, this one, I'm very carefree with it. I actually use it as a work bag slash tote slash traveling bag. And the great thing about it is, with the statement in the front, it's always a conversation starter. Not because it's a Birkin-inspired bag, where there are folks that know what a Birkin is, because it's not just a bag, it's a Birkin. But they're like, oh, that's funny. What style is that? Some people don't know what Hermes or Birkins are. There is a cult following of like people that know style, luxury, and fashion. There's folks that have watched Gilmore Girls, so they know what a Birkin is, but not everybody and their moms is really, you know, is well aware of that. And so for me, I'm just rocking this bag that happens to be inspired, but it's, you know, it's my throwaway bag. And what's cool is I can use it for work, and you get the same feel. And the one thing I do want to add is, it's actually, if you're really gonna get a Birkin eventually, this is good training wheels. If you want to tag it up, this is good training wheels. Because I have seen enough videos, I don't understand how all these girls go to Paris, do that whole FSH system, and pick up a Birkin 35, and they're like, oh my gosh, I got the wrong bag, it's too heavy, I didn't know that the 35 was so heavy. Have you not seen on YouTube, there's an abundance of YouTube episodes devoted to Birkins and all the sizes, and how people say the size 35 is la-di-da-di-da. And so, I just don't understand, right? Like, so if you really want to do a true test, like, you know, like, not a true test, but like, a test of if you're going to be able to handle a bag that can get very heavy, I think this is a great trading wheel. And maybe you just will probably never get a Birkin and you want the silhouette, that's fine. I mean, that's the whole point of all these brands where they copy and paste each other, is I'm not gonna, you know, I can't spend the 10 grand, but guess what? I can spend, this was $125, and this is the size 35, and I think that's pretty reasonable, right? And what's great is I've used it so much. Some people, I had to pause because some people, I watch a lot of YouTube videos and they do their Birkin unboxing and then they follow their social media, or well, I don't follow. I know their social media, and then I'm like, does this girl even use it? Is it on their channel? And it's like, you use a $10,000 bag how many times in a year? I don't know. To me, that's just foolish. But maybe I'm just a hater, or maybe I'm just, you know, stating facts. Like, it's foolish to just use a bag once, twice, 3 times, maybe 5 times a year when you spent 10 grand on it. It's like, oh, I only use my car once a month. Well, I mean, if you're trying to be like, you know, lower your carbon footprint, you bike, that's cool. But like, if you get something, why don't you use it? Why don't you enjoy it? If it gives you joy and allows you to have fun, and you get a lot of maximum use out of it, it just doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, there are those pieces that you get, like my Louboutins. I'm not obviously wearing it out when I'm gardening, but at the same time, I try to wear it as often as I can for the really big gala functions. And so that's how I feel about bags. And so this bag you're gonna use, because it just feels like you don't have that same like, oh my gosh, I spent X amount of money on it, but then at the end, it actually allows you to use it and enjoy it more, and then get it all mushy, and it just looks amazing. Like, I love how it's softened up. I love the statement on it. I really am glad that my sister wrote it really amazing. She has really great calligraphy penmanship skills. I like, you know, like just stuffing it to the brim, and sometimes I even hold it like this with the laptop in, and it's kind of amazing how it holds. And I actually have used this as a beach tote, a swimming pool tote. I've used it as an overnight bag, a travel bag, and the thing is, I have no qualms or like hang-ups like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get it dirty, I spent X amount of money on it. That's me, right? Obviously some folks are like, well, I'm gonna spend X amount of money. You go do you. If that's gonna give you joy and that's gonna make you happy, that's fine. But for me, you know, like, I can live with this, having this Birkin dupe. And if you want to check out, you know, like different styles of bags in dupe form, I do have a couple that I picked up from Anniefield as well as was given to me. And there's quite a lot. And it does, you know, it allows me to actually do a lot more to the bag, because not only can I tag it up, but it can be like, ha, ha, like, toss, 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 toss. I don't even know. I'm crazy. But that's how I like using my bags. Actually, I do that too with my Lady Dior's and my Speedy Bandolier. If you just watched my last episode, you saw how I was holding my like Speedy Bandolier and my Lady Dior. Bags are meant to be used. They're not people. They're material possessions that you can enjoy, but use it. Don't let it just sit in a wall, in a corner. If you're a collector, that's cool, but on my theory and my like understanding of how when I buy things, I want to use it, maybe abuse it a little. So yeah, check this out. Go on Anniefield and check out the Birkin dupes. It's the Anniefield padlock bag, and they have it, I believe for sure, in the size 40, 35, 30. There might be a 25, and then they also have like Kelly style bags, Chanel style bags. I also was gifted a Chloe style bag from Anniefield, so I will do a video in the future of that, since I don't think I've featured it on my channel. But yeah, if you want to check out the dupes, check out Anniefield, and I'm gonna spell it down in the comment section info bar below. But if you have any dupes, if you have any bags that you've tagged up, if you have any whatever like bags that look like the higher end ones, what are your thoughts? What do you think? And how do you enjoy and use these bags? And what, you know, what are the lessons that you've learned getting inspired bags? And then also, if there's a really like good bag that you picked up, like, I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely probably one of the best dupes I've seen for Birkin, since I've seen some pretty like not cute ones, and I know they're trying to like break that whole like we're not fully copying and pasting it, but you know what, I know what I was doing when I was getting this dupe, so I want it pretty close. I wanted them to trace it like, shh, I'm tracing my head right now. Shh. But yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments down below. Shoot messages, click the down like button if you're totally against inspired bags. That's your prerogative. But at the end of the day, enjoy your bag, do you, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. Bye, Felicities. Let me fix my hair.